ready for another match? You're not standing up, are you? You're actually sitting down, right? Yeah, you might be. You're pretty dedicated, it seems. I mean, I'm sure that obviously you would attempt to sit down, but I don't know. There were a lot of people up there. Maybe they, sat down before you did. I got you pegged as gentle giant, so I don't think you'd actually kick anyone out of the chair. Would you?
All four players, please report to the feature match area for your matches. Once again, top four players, please report to the feature match area for your matches.
How you guys doing? Pretty good. How about you? Good, yeah. I just been taught some conversation with the judges. Seems good.
So how far are you from, I guess, where's the Star City Games place at, Roanoke? Are you closer or further away from it from here? Oh, I said, hey, how you doing? What's going on?
You all right?
No, I was asking how close are you to the Star City Games Center? Or are you not even close? Because I have no idea where anything is around here.
Okay, so we're getting Josh Cho versus Alessandro Culotti, or Culotti, sorry.
Well, that clears it up.
They're going to start soon.
All right, so do we know where people are going to sit?
We can tell pretty quickly once they get sat down. Sorry, once they get seated.
Right, so
The top four is Alex Bertoncini versus Brian Diendorf
Was that you? Was that your
versus
hand?
Alessandro Culotti versus Josh Cho.
Is that you? Is that your hand? Okay, I guess when they sit down, just mic them up.
So we're getting the players ready to go over to the tournament area, mic'd up, and we'll start shuffling. We'll bring you the semifinals.
Do we have a split yet?
I think that's when they were discussing maybe doing a split is for the semifinals, but there was just rumblings of maybe a split. If one player doesn't want to split, there won't be a split. So maybe get our judge on the floor to see if there's a split.
Those guys sit down just to get them mic'd up.
See if maybe you can give us the info on the split.
Do you know if the players have split the money yet, or
They haven't yet, but they might be in the semifinals.
I'm gonna find out if there's actually a split going on.
6 minutes.
Apparently they can hear you talk to the judge with your private chats.
Just like chess. Like I
They
said,
like
I
that.
think we need to have them.
They can hear you talk to the judge with your private chats.
Oh well, I'm not really backing up too far.
Right,
Are
even
you
with
enjoying
this-
my private chats.
Even with the split, they still have to play it out to see who gets the StarCityGames.com open points and who will walk away with the trophy tonight.
We'll be back tomorrow and open up at 8 a.m. nice and early so that you can get prepared for our event tomorrow. So once again, this is a final call.
So,
I guess I can put the names up. So we have again.
We have Alessandro Culotti versus Joshua Cho. So again, thanks everybody for staying with us over all of the 10 rounds of Swiss we've had today. If you want to do us a favor, go tell your friends that you're now watching the semifinals of the StarCityGames.com $10,000 Standard Open right here at ggslive.com. Maybe post as your Facebook status, go on AIM, tell your friends. But yeah, we should have an exciting semifinals. We've got Alessandro Culotti, who we were watching before. He's playing a Jun deck. It's very similar to the one that Simon Gortson won the Pro Tour with. And Joshua Cho, who we had in the booth earlier, we watched one of his games earlier. He's playing a Vampire deck. He said that he play-tested a bunch online before this event, and then the night before, 4 a.m. this morning, he decided to change it up a little bit and changed it close to what the Vampire deck was playing in the Pro Tour, adding in the Calistria Highborns to get a little more aggro.
I lost the coin flip.
So should have a good match. Just looking at Cho's main deck, interesting things. 3 Hex Mage, 3 Bloodcast, 3 Highborn, and then 4 of all the other... 3 Blood Witch also. 4 of the Gatekeeper Malkyr, 4 of Vampire Nocturnus, 4 of Vampire Nighthawk, and then of his spells, he's got Disfigure, Mind Sludge, Sign in Blood, Grim Discovery, Tendrils of Corruption. In the sideboard, he's got an interesting Myers Toll, 3 Duress, 2 Marsh Casualty, 1 Extra Bloodghast, 2 Doomblade, 3 Deathmark, the last Malkyr Blood Witch, and 1 more Mind Sludge. Alessandro's deck we went over a little earlier, but it's very similar to Simon Gortson's. He's not running Bituminous Blasts. He's running, 2 Rampant Growth. He's running a little different land base with a little more man lands. He has 2 Broodmade instead of 3, but for the most part it's about the same. Sideboard's a bunch different, but should be a very nice match we're watching. So it looks like the players have mic'd up, and they're just de-sideboarding and shuffling up. But, yeah, Simon's sideboard is not too similar to Alessandro's. They both got the 4 Great Sable Stags, but from there, for the most part, they go their own separate ways. Alessandro's got Malkyr Blood Witch, Deathmark, the last Maelstrom Pulse, and Goblin Rune Blaster. So, pretty standard Jund deck.
There's a little house of table shuffling.
Sure, 7 piles. It's a lucky number.
Who's taking first place? I was hoping
they're listening. You can listen in. They're asking the players if they want to split. And one of the players said no, so they're playing. No split.
Oh, man. I guess it doesn't really matter. All right, no splits. Somebody wants to actually win $2,000.
I mean, it's, presumed that they'll split in the finals.
Nope. No split. Wants to win $2,000.
It'd be a pretty nice payday for one tournament if they won $2,000. It's like getting second place at a Grand Prix.
It is.
So, what's coming up next for GG's Live? Will these players get ready to shuffle?
I already told them.
You told them? Oh. It's too bad.
I know. I also told them who won the Twitter contest.
Dald won one. Cool.
Wow, these guys are very thorough table shufflers.
Sure, they're playing a very important match. Want to make sure everything is as thorough as possible. We have almost 800 people watching. Thanks again to all our viewers.
Thanks for letting people know.
Yeah.
Because I haven't been. Probably should do that more.
Let them know.
I haven't been sending out tweets.
Oh, sure. Clearly the favor in this matchup goes to the Jund deck. But when we were talking to Josh Cho earlier, he seemed to think that the Jund matchup was a little closer to a coin flip. Wasn't in his favor, but wasn't too bad either. He was trying to figure out a way that he could make it so it was a little better in his favor, trying to figure out a different way to play, maybe, just wait till he can turn 5 Mind Sludge. Played a lot online, said he's got a lot of experience with this matchup, so if anybody could take down Jund, I think Josh is probably your guy. But we'll see. In the other match, the other quarterfinals match, we've got Brian Diefendorf, who's playing Tom Boss's Naya deck, against Alex Bertoncini, who's playing a Jund deck. Brian Diefendorf won the match against Jund pretty close. It was because the Tectonic Edge dealt with his opponent's only black source, the Savage Lands. With that black source, Wes Murphy, his opponent, would have been able to cast Deathmark and Maelstrom Pulse and Putrid Leech and be able to get in there for the last couple points of damage he needed before his opponent Again, Brian Diefendorf cast Behemoth Sledge to gain some life.